You're listening to Life with Herpes, and this is episode 2. Alexandra Harbushka here, host of the podcast Life with Herpes, and I decided to do an impromptu podcast because you need to be careful what you ask for. So it's so interesting. So I was putting together, obviously, I'm researching herpes all the time. I'm researching remedies. I'm researching statistics. I'm researching just the entire world of viruses and herpes and how it affects people and what is going on in the world. So I'm always in the know and trying to find out what's going on. Well, I was researching home remedies for the herpes virus, and I was reading stuff and I was putting stuff together for you to make sure that you have the up-to-date information and what works the best for a home remedy and what you need to keep in your bathroom or your cupboard or wherever you like to keep it. And as I'm reading it, I was learning about new things, new little tips and tricks, and I was sitting there, I was like, oh, bummer, I haven't had an outbreak in a really long time, and I don't feel one coming on anytime soon. And gosh, I kind of wish I'd have an outbreak so I could try this. Now, who says that? Who says I kind of wish I had an outbreak so I can try this? Well, I said that to myself, and guess what happened? Lo and behold, I am sitting there going, oh, something doesn't feel right. I'm sure you are very familiar with the symptoms. Our bodies have triggers that we've figured out, like, oh, when this happens, then I get an outbreak. For some people, it's tingly. For some people, it's painful. For some people, they're exhausted. For me, typically, it's exhaustion. It's like just the feeling of being run down. And then, the next day or day later, it will show its face. That is definitely not what happened for me this time. I was feeling great, never felt better, was feeling strong, feeling healthy, feeling focused. And I was just researching about all these little home remedies, and all of a sudden I got oh, that doesn't feel right. And so I think I'm on like day 2 or 3 of it, and now I'm exhausted. Do you guys ever have the opposite where you start off, again, I usually start off exhausted, then an outbreak comes. This time I was feeling so good, and now I'm exhausted. But I'm on the tail end of it. It's getting to the part where I can tell it's on the mend. It's not continuing to be a pain point for me. But yeah, so I got one. And interestingly enough, typically I'm emotional when I get them. I get really upset or mad or angry or resentful. And this time I was like, oh, great. I get to have one because I get to try out all of these new little home remedies that I was working on them and trying to put a list together for you so that you can have them and be in the know, because it's important. So one of the things that I have always done, and what I really like doing, is I like using the Melaleuca, or most commonly known as tea tree oil. Why I like it is it just smells sterile, right? Like, when you walk into a room and it's like, it just smells sterile in here. The tea tree oil just has an antiseptic smell. So that alone just makes me feel like I'm cleaning the area. Every time you go to the bathroom and things like that, the area gets polluted, I guess, or reinfected. And so it's really important to keep it dry and keep it as clean as possible. Now, I understand, you're at work or you're busy and you can't always clean it after you go to the bathroom, but do your best I know it can be difficult, but I like to use the Melaleuca tea tree oil. That is best known for its antiseptic qualities, its ability to kill many strains of bacteria, viruses, and fungus. So let's be serious. Let's kill all of it. Let's get it as clean as possible. Then, of course, this has been a new one, and this one I decided to start using because I wanted to, I like the way it smelled. So I liked the way it smelled, and it was, I recently burned my hand, and so I was like, gosh, what do I need to put on my burn? And someone told me, put lavender on it. And I was like, really? Lavender oil? And it healed the burn like overnight. And so I thought, I wonder what lavender oil, essential oil, um, will do to an outbreak. And so I've been adding that with the tea tree oil, and it really soothes the skin irritation. So as you know, the skin's irritated, right? There's an outbreak. So it really will begin to soothe the skin in that area. And what is an added benefit, and what I really like about the lavender oil, is lavender reduces anxiety. It makes you calm. People commonly use it to before bedtime. Like I will sometimes put lavender, like dried lavender, in my pillowcase because it calms you when you go to bed. So it also has that other effect of calming you down. So what I like about that is, especially besides the fact that my panties smell like lavender, which smells awesome, I just have that, you smell it and it smells great. And then another one that also is really, really good that I like to add to it is myrrh. That has an antifungal property as well. It's also an essential oil, and it promotes healthy skin, a soothing sensation to the skin. So what I like about that, it's just a really nice combination. All three, like I said, are huge in the antifungal, antibacterial, anti-whatever, cleans everything you want. And that's really the key. So when I add those 3 drops, I just put them on a Q-tip. It's just easier for me to reach the area. Depending on where you have your outbreaks, a cotton ball might be better. But I like the Q-tip just because that's where I can reach it. So I've been doing this, adding those to my Q-tip, and I really like it. I really feel that it's clearing up the outbreak very rapidly, and it's been a very mild outbreak. I think because I caught it pretty early with the tea tree, and I added the lavender to it. Something else that you might want to add to it if you have it is I like to add to help with the itch. If once you get to that point in your outbreak when you start itching, obviously there's a cycle, right? You don't itch in the beginning. It's once the wound starts to heal, but it gets that itchy feeling. Add some peppermint. It will take away the itch. So that's also great. You don't have to feel like you're moving around or itching. So this has been, I mean, obviously nobody wants to have an outbreak, but I was pretty excited because I got to try all of my new little home remedies to share with you. I use the doTERRA products. I love them. I am obsessed with them. So I highly, highly, highly recommend you using them. I have a link in the show notes for you if you'd like to go through, if you'd like to go on ahead and order them. They send them in a couple days, and in my opinion of it, I've used other essential oils, and these are just pure and they're great. You can consume them internally. You can use them on your skin. You can use them in so many different ways, and I'm a big fan. So I have included a link for you to purchase them. If you don't have an outbreak right now, you're probably thinking like, I don't really need to order it. But let me tell you this, you will have another outbreak. Just like I thought a couple days ago on Monday, like I haven't had an outbreak in forever. I don't think I'll have one for a while. This is great. Yeah, well, it showed up. And so that's something I want to recommend is you have this on hand, besides the fact that you can use it for so many other things. But just have your go-tos on hand so that you can nip it in the bud and prevent the outbreak, or just prevent the severity of the outbreak. So have you joined our Facebook group? It's awesome. I highly recommend it. It is super duper uber secretive. So it is private from your friends. It is so private. We send you an invitation. We don't want it to be out there. I don't want you to be scared to join a group with the idea that, oh my gosh, my friends, my cousin, my next door neighbor's BFF is now going to know that I have herpes. That is not how I want you to feel. I want you to feel warm and secure and comforted, and like you just have a big snuggly on. Like, we're here, we're a family, we all have outbreaks, and we're here to help. So go on over to my website, lifewithherpes.com. There is a button thing for you to click on that will send you the information to join the group. You'll receive an email with the link to the private Facebook group, and then you'll be added. So go over, introduce yourself. Guys, go over, let me know what you think about being careful with what you wish for, because then you get an outbreak. But if you've tried any of these, the tea tree, the lavender, the myrrh, and a little bit of the peppermint for the itch, let me know. Does that work for you, or do you have a different combination that you like? Like I said, could not be more excited about my combination that I have put together for this particular outbreak. So I'm pretty excited to find this new combo. Let me know. All right, well, have an awesome rest of your day. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, remember, go over to lifewithherpes.com for the show notes, also to join the Facebook group. All right, my friend, have a great day, and I will see you soon.